T. Gray and MK, you are now cleared for flight school takeoff.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And everybody, we want to introduce you to none other than Holton Buggs. What a great intro, Holton Buggs.
It was, man. It was. I was wondering, who is this guy who's about to speak? Hey, I appreciate all that you guys have done. And normally I get up, I'm really, really excited, no matter where I am, to watch flight school and to watch you guys. And, I watch you guys, even if I come on at the end, it's normally 20, 30, 40 minutes or whatever it is that I get to watch you guys. And today I'm a little saddened because I saw you guys and I'm like, man, let them catch their rhythm, stay in their rhythm and keep going. And then you introduce me. But I hope that I keep the standard of flight school that everybody has in terms of their Saturday morning edutainment, if you will. And so really excited this morning, guys. Also, I want to just say congratulations to everyone who really chipped in for the Boom Foundation for what we wanted to do for Australia. I also want to congratulate those people who were on the Zoom. We have a few people in the Zoom chat. When Mark talked about that we were short 11 cents, those people actually chipped in and they just donated $1,100. They said take it from their back office. All right, $1,100 is what they what they donated. Because see, on Zoom, guys, I want you to realize that I read the screen backwards. And so you got the 00.11, it flips over and it's 1100.00. So it's $1,100 that we're taking from, who's that? Jay, the nurse on the go, and James Riddick. Appreciate you so much, all right, for the $1,100. So we're going to be rounding up, all right? They thought they were cute saying, take the 11 cents from my back office. So we're going to take the 1,100 from your back office. You guys are incredible. I'm sure that the people are going to benefit from your generosity. But anyway, good morning to everyone. Good evening, wherever you are around the world. It is 6:19 a.m. my time. I am in beautiful Los Angeles, California, and just excited about what we have going on. This week has been absolutely phenomenal. Volumes going up through the roof. The number of people who are coming into iBuumerang is just amazing. Every single time that I see a brand new person to join us, I get really excited because it's nothing more than another testimony of something that we thought about, we put together, and we're all together, we're making it work. And that's what's incredible. That's what's important, is that we're actually making it work. So I'm really excited about that. This week here, as I mentioned, it's been really, really great. We've been working really, really hard, as we always do. And we don't brag about hard work. We just let you know that, hey, listen, we do brag. We brag for you, not to you. We brag for you. And we're just excited about the direction. We're excited about everything that's coming together with iBuumerang. I was talking to someone the other day and telling them, hey, yeah, we're about a year old. And T. Gray looked at me and says, man, we're not even 11 months old. So what are you talking about? And with everything that's taken place and all of the stories that we have right now, it's just hard to believe that we still haven't even reached a year. Even when Accelerate starts, it will not have been 1 year in business. We actually started our pre-launch and start actually paying those commissions in March. So we've got until March 11th when we went actually live, ready to rock and roll for iBuumerang. And so we're excited. Now, Accelerate will represent at least a year and 2 days after we did our first Countdown for Freedom conference call. And that was the pre-launch concept of this iBuumerang. And if you guys don't know, last year when we did that, we knew how big this was going to be. And we actually even anticipating it bigger than it is. We just think bigger. That's just how we are. But one of the things that you can't anticipate and that we didn't anticipate was we couldn't anticipate who the people were going to be. We knew it was going to be a lot of people. And so you can't emotionalize the future of just names and bodies and ID numbers. But when it all comes together and you start meeting the people and you start shaking the hands and you stand there and have a conversation with the family or with the lady, and or some guy says, you know, this is my first time ever taking a trip. And this is my first time ever on a cruise ship. This is my first time ever in network marketing. And when I go around today and I speak with ambassadors that we have, and I hear and I get to listen to all of the first times, my first time doing this, my first time doing that, it lets me know that all of the hard work, the lack of sleep that many of our team experience, it's all worth it. It's all worth it. You know, I love hearing the big stories as well. The big stories, I get really excited. I mean, we fist pump, we high five, and we hear all of these big stories, person earning this or person earning that. But I can tell you this, is that when I hear about the small differences or the small things that we take that has made a big difference in the life of an ambassador, a customer, somebody who's a part of the iBuumerang family, guys, that's really where it's at. And that's what drives us. That's what keeps us waking up early in the morning. You know, I got up myself 4:30 in the morning, this morning here, just really getting my mind all prepped around this call, prepped around what we've got to do for, you know, just for closing out the month of January, which we're going to bring it to an incredible close. Right now, guys, we are in the gold zone. Okay. If you don't know, we are in the gold zone. We want everybody making sure that you have a gold zone mentality. And that gold zone mentality is what drives the business. It's what drives us. It's what allows us to really go out there and create even more and more and more and more stories. So we're really excited about that as well. And hopefully some of you had a chance to tune in a little early. And if you didn't tune in early, next Saturday we'll play it as well. But you heard the iBuumerang theme album, not just theme song. We now have a theme album that was produced, written by Wave Pop. And guys, I can tell you, it's just great music. I spent some time yesterday here in LA with a music executive, and we were just talking about that particular album itself and the production of it. It's just great music. And he was saying that, man, if I didn't know anything about iBuumerang and Vibe, he says, I would just think this is great music. He says, but I do know, you know, that it has something to do with the company and stuff like that. So it's great music. You'll be hearing a lot more about it. We're going to make sure that we get it to you. You can actually go listen to it at no cost on SoundCloud. I think you just look up Wave Pop as artist, and it's WAV3 POP, and I think the name of it is I don't know if it's Just Different or Choose Your Vibe. I don't know if the name of the album is Just Different or Choose Your Vibe. But anyway, go take a listen at it. Really, really good music. I can tell you, on your way to a good party, it's the perfect thing to listen to on your way to a good party. You'll really, really enjoy it. You'll really have a lot of fun with it. So really excited, guys. So if you guys are ready, what I want you to do in the chats, no matter what, if you're in the Zoom chat, if you're in the Facebook chat, I want you to go ahead and just let me know where you're tuning in from. Give me your city, your state, or your country, or where you're tuning in from. I see several people from South Africa that's tuning in right now. And I think I'm on here live looking at some of these messages that are coming through the chat. Let me make sure I am. And hold on one second. There we go. Yeah, let me know where you're tuning in from. I want to just see something here. And you know what? I know there's messages going on, but my internet on my Zoom is horrible right now. So let me see if I can get my Zoom on the internet. I mean, my my Facebook on Wi-Fi, it keeps dropping me off. And let's see if I can get it on Wi-Fi so I can see some comments here.
The chat here is lighting up.
Is it like a Christmas tree, Mark?
Oh, man.
Lighting up like a Christmas tree. That's what I'm talking about.
I can't even, it's going so fast, I can't even read it.
Hey, listen, Mark, I was thinking that I'm bombing this because I'm looking at Facebook right now and my screen shows it shows no comments coming in. I'm like, hold on for a second. Not one commented.
Oh no.
No, it's scrolling. It's scrolling like the movie credits at the end of a movie, but at high speed.
Yeah, high speed.
You guys, okay.
Minneapolis, Baltimore, Jamaica, Georgia, Montreal.
All right, okay. Well, that's
London,
good.
London, Costa Rica,
Atlanta, Salina, Texas.
I was beginning to think, hey, listen, I really need this mentoring course that I'm taking today. I gotta sharpen up my game, you know. I told you guys one of the reasons I came here is I'm taking a mentoring course today, and it actually starts early this morning. You know, I know sometimes we kind of feel sorry for the people when we're planning. We say, well, you know, we're gonna start at 9 o'clock and we're gonna finish at 5. You know, sometimes I like to go to 6, and they're like, no, give them a break. Well, I start this morning. Mine's gonna start. I'll leave here at around 9 o'clock this morning, and I'll get there probably about 10 o'clock, and it finishes at midnight. So they don't feel sorry for you at all. They're like, hey, listen, if you're going to pay this amount of money to come get your mentoring and get your coaching, we're going to make sure we give you your money's worth. And it may go probably well after midnight. Who knows? But anyway, I'm going because I promised every one of you on this call that my job was to make sure that I come and be a better CEO, be a better version of HB, be a better version of a communicator, a better overall version on all aspects. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm really, really excited. I can't wait. Why? I made a decision today. Here's how I did it. I made a decision today. There's only 10 of us who were allowed to be there. There's 10 students, if you will, and these are all, you know, CEOs of companies. And there's 7 mentors that's going to be there. So it's going to be 10 on 7. Okay. And these are some of the top people in the world who've invented things that you've seen, major companies that you are aware of. They've consulted to the top consultants of the largest companies in the world. And I made a decision. I already know who's going to benefit the most out of the 10. Now, it's not a competition, but I already know. HB is leaving there with the most information. I'm going to go get my $10,000. It's $10,000 per day for this event. And I'm going to make sure today I'm going to come back there with my money's worth, not only $10,000, I'm coming back there with $1 billion of ideas. That's my goal. I'm paying $10,000 for $1 billion. That's why I'm so excited, because if I saw an ad that said, here, $1 billion comes into your bank account or into your business for $10,000 and about 15 hours of your time, limited time only, I'm taking out my credit card and I'm getting it right then and there. That's how I looked at this training. I had somebody tell me $10,000 for training. $10,000? Do you know how much money those people are making? I said, no, I'm not focused on what they're making. I'm focused on what I'm going to receive. I'm focused on what I'm going to receive. So I am excited. This is my warm up. I'm geared up and with everything that we've got here. So guys, let's get ready to rumble. Now, let's talk candidly here, okay? And before I do that, let me hydrate over here, and because you know I get really excited. And by the way, this is not lipstick, okay? Because I know some of you probably say, oh, what is HB doing? This is not lipstick. This is a very special chapstick that I got from Korea, okay? So somebody told me I need to moisturize all the time, hydrate and do my eye stuff. It's not makeup. I'm not, doing the makeup stuff. This is just a very good moisturization chapstick that I got from Korea, from the guy who actually created it. So, but anyway, I am ready to rumble. Sometimes I get so excited and I speak the moisture right off of my lips. And I've gone back and watched some of these videos, and I've been really thinking about suspending T. Gray because I have watched some videos and I knew he saw my lips being chapped, and he didn't notice, and he didn't say anything to me. And I'm like, Mark, let's suspend him and put him in timeout, okay? Or just or whatever. Because I know he knows, okay? Now, Mark probably don't know anything about ashy lips. So T. Gray and Edwin Haynes, matter of fact, you know, I'm gonna have a long conversation with them because I was talking and I thought I was Pookie from New Jack City.
I can't take it.
I thought I was Pookie from New Jack City. And I said, today that will not happen. This is a special edition of Flight School. So I'm using my special lip balm and I'm drinking my special PG water. Okay. But let's get a little serious here, guys. All right. I know we keep it fun and we keep it humorous. And those guys, you know, T. Gray and Mark, they do a phenomenal job every Saturday morning. It's a commitment. I've never asked them to do it. They just come and was just taking over Flight School and doing what was necessary and needed. They had all of the information, putting it together. They implemented these philosophies before, still use them in their life, even when they weren't in network marketing. And they just said, hey, listen, let's train the field and let's just make sure we have it every week. And the next thing you know, we've got this incredible culture of Flight School and people just get ready. They can't wait for flight. I can't wait for Flight School. No matter where I am in the world, I tune in to Flight School. Now, let's talk about while we're here, okay, why iBuumerang. They told you the title of this was going to be why iBuumerang. And when I look at why iBuumerang, I can tell you my why, okay? And Mark shared with you his why when he put out the promo video, and several other leaders did a video and they told you what their why was when it comes to iBuumerang. But do you know your why? Why did you choose iBuumerang? Okay. And I can tell you why iBuumerang for me. It was because I wanted to recreate or make the statements that we had always said in network marketing. I wanted to make them true. I wanted to have an opportunity so that the people who we make the promises to, that we can actually keep them. You know, there's a statement that I make: promises made, promises kept. I'm a promise keeper. And I've made a lot of promises over my years in network marketing. And all of those promises I intended to keep. But one of the things that I didn't know was that the vehicle itself disallowed me to keep my promise. Now, that's not an excuse for me or giving me, because I made the promise. It was me who stood on stage and I promised to people that you could have a residual income for the rest of your life, or that you can get involved in a business and you can actually have your dreams come true. Now, have we had a lot of people whose dreams come true? Of course. I mean, I can't count the number of people. And remember, you don't have to earn $1 million just to say that your dreams come true, okay? Some people, it could be just to be able to put their kid in private school. Some people be just so that, you know, maybe the mother or the father don't have to go to work and stay home and raise their own children. Some of it, you know, I tell the story of a lady who you know, $36 basically allowed her, $36 savings allowed her to be able to eat 3 meals a day while she's traveling, when before she'd have to choose which one of my meals I'm going to miss, because she only had enough for 2 meals a day. And her $36 savings on when she booked her trip allowed her to just, you know, have that dignity. Some of it is, you know, people who've gotten out of debt. We have a good philosophy here. We teach that. We don't want you getting in debt. We don't want you buying things that you can't afford or buying more than you should, trying to impress other people. We want you eliminating debt. And we've had numerous people pay off cars, numerous people pay off credit cards. And some of you are embarrassed to send your get out of debt story because you don't want other people to know you were in debt. Well, we already know. You can't fool you can't fool us. And so here's what I will tell you is that your story that you withhold, okay, it doesn't help the person who needs to hear it. If I would withdraw my story and didn't want to tell you how broke I used to be, or didn't tell you that I was such a slow reader because I'm embarrassed that people would look at me different. You know how many people out there have come up to me and says, you know what, you've given me hope because I'm a slow reader and I've got this or that, and I now feel it's okay. And I didn't do it for that. I was just telling the truth. Why? Because I'm just transparent. I just want, I'm not trying to hide behind perfection and be perfect. And so share your story. Let us know it. Send it in. And I don't care if it was, you owed the landlord 75 or $100 for the last 4 years, and you got a check from iBuumerang and you paid the landlord off, and now guess what, you're able to check that off. We'll tell that story. Why? Somebody else is out there behind on their rent. I know when we grew up, we were always behind on our rent. Every 6 months, we would actually get evicted because we'd find a new place that gave us first month's rent free. My mom would actually move into that place, and we paid the next 4 months. And the next 2 months that we didn't pay, we were behind, they kick us out, and we go to another apartment. And I thought she was allowing me to have the scenic route of living in Tampa, Florida. So I'm thinking, okay, wow, we get to experience all these different neighborhoods. No, it was because we owed the landlord, and we got kicked out all the time. And so that, I can tell you, that experience, it allowed me to know what I didn't want to have in life. And that's why I have this get out of debt philosophy. And we're going to show you and teach many of you how to pay off your mortgage, how to set those things up, how to set yourself up for financial independence. And that's different for a lot of people. Okay. Now, are there courses that we will talk about that teach people how to become a millionaire? Yes. Is that this call here? No. Is that flight school? No. That is for a small spectrum of people who've already shown some skill set and shown some desire that that's really what they want. And that's through what we call our leadership training platform. But why iBuumerang for you? Okay, why? And so you've got to find out what that why is and what were you attracted to? Why iBuumerang? Okay. The second question I have is, why did you buy? Yeah. Why did you buy? And what do I mean by why did you buy? Every one of you who own this call right now, if you're part of our company, you came in and you purchased your standby kit. And many of you went further and you purchased your coach. Some of you went and you purchased your business class, and some of you went all the way and you purchased your first class. And then some of you have gone even further and you came to an event. And some of you, have not only come to an event, you've gone and taken a trip or whatever it may have been, but there's a reason why you bought. Now, I know why a lot of people bought in the very beginning on those first 2 weeks. And I told the team, a lot of this is the emotional purchases, guys. A lot of this is, well, we're new and it's exciting. And HB's doing something new. And, because I hadn't done anything for the previous 11 years. And I want to start something in the beginning with HB. That's not strong enough, because at some point we won't be new anymore. Okay. So I want you to take the poll. There's a poll that we're going to put up here, and I want you to take a poll. Because I want to know, why did you buy? Why did you buy the package? Every month we have a subscription that's due every month. Why are you paying your subscription? Do you know why? See, if you don't know why, it makes it very difficult for you to be able to grab a hold of what it's going to take to make your dream come true. But I want you to take this poll here. Why did you buy? Did you buy for travel discounts? Okay. Did you buy to just earn money? All right. Now, there's no right or there's no wrong answer. Okay. Some of you just wanted to get rich. If that's what your goal was, Just put earn money. Did you buy because you wanted to get customers and you wanted to give back? Our boomerang philosophy that we have, was that what led you to buy when I talked to you about how and why this company started? Did you buy because of the leadership, what you've heard and what you've seen and what you've witnessed and the success and the track record that I have with an incredible team of people, knowing that you're joining a team that will always win? That may be good enough, right? Did you buy for all of those reasons above? And don't just select all of the above because you don't want to think. I want you to be real. Today is time. Remember, this is special, a special edition. Today, I want you to really think deep. I want you to really understand why you bought. Why did you do it? Because see, if I didn't know why I started iBuumerang, it wouldn't work. When it's time to go to bed, I'd go to bed instead of stay up. See, when it's time to wake up early in the morning, I'd stay sleeping versus get up early. See, when it's time for Kit Cart and T Gray to go home, they stay at the office. And when it's time for them to just drag in a little late, they get there early. They're the top executives in that office and they beat everybody else to work. They're the top executives in that office and they leave after everybody else. You know why? Because they know why. They know why they bought. And what I mean by bought, they know why they just relinquished everything that they had from a professional standpoint and say, you know what, I'm connecting here with HB and iBuumerang. But do you know? Do you know why? And if you don't know, just put, I don't know. Okay. I don't know. But I want to know, because this is going to give us some information and some insight as to, you know, what it's all about and what you are really looking for, so that we can better provide a company that suits the desires that you have. If everybody put travel discounts, guess what? Our focus is going to be making sure we have even more travel discounts. If everybody put earning money, you know what? Or we see a big majority earning money, guess what we'll do? We go and we find ways to extract more out of the plan that we possibly can, and say, here, let's give it to our ambassadors. Giving back, you know, we're always going to do that. You just saw what happened with Australia and the devastation that took place there, and we're just going to give back. It's just what we're going to do. You know, the leadership and the vision, obviously, that we're going to continue developing that. That's why I'm taking my course today, and more courses that I'll be taking. I'm not done. I'm not finished here. I am not fully developed. I'm an infant when it comes to where it is that I know I can be and what my potential is. And so it's my job to see that and develop that potential. But I want you to know, and I want you to figure out, what is it and why are you here? Why did you buy? Okay. I want to explain to you a little bit now of who we really are. What iBuumerang is, not necessarily from a philosophy standpoint, because I think you guys know that from a philosophical standpoint. I think you know what our core values are, you know, as a company, in terms of we build our business based off of what we call loyalty, unity, and edification. Our diamonds and everybody else, we call it LUE, L-U-E. Loyalty, unity, and edification. That is, you know, we've got this brotherhood and this sisterhood that we have, and we support one another. You know, there was one of the things that took place in our chat, and one of our ambassadors over in London saw Cesar Munoz in London, and a lady came up to Cesar Munoz and said, hey, Cesar, I want to switch to your team and be in your team. And immediately Cesar said, oh, no, you need to go find your upline. It was not even a thought process of, yeah, let's go to another room so I can talk to you about this. And he was amazed, because he says it's the first time he's seen that in network marketing, but that's just how we roll. And I can tell you right now, I put that on all of our diamonds. They lead by example. We don't do the cross recruiting or, hey, listen, let me try to get you from this team to this team over here. And he was so impressed with that. And the chats went through, and I know Tommy Johnson was one who commented on it as well. But that's why, one of the reasons why he and Carolyn bought, because of what they saw in the level of communication and transparency that we have. We're not perfect. Diamonds aren't perfect. We're never going to be perfect, but I can tell you this is, that's just how we roll. You know, we don't have that cross recruiting thing over here, pitching each other on this and that. We just don't do it. And it's never going to happen. That's just never going to be who we are. But you know, we have philosophies of getting out of debt. We have philosophies of just telling the truth. The truth is good enough. We have a philosophy of communicating with our ambassadors and getting your feedback and finding out, you know, who it is and what it is that you really want out of this company as well. And that's never going to change. I can tell you that that's never going to change. We have a philosophy of having fun. I can tell you right now, this is fun. It's going to always be fun, and we are going to have a blast. I can't wait to tell you guys about the next event that we're going to have. I promise you, the next event is called Go Diamond. I'm not speaking anything right now. Everybody, you're going to have a blast. That's all I got to say. Okay, that's all I got to say. And but right now we've got to accelerate. So we'll focus on accelerate right now. But we've been working on some stuff that's just going to, you know, take this to the next level. So, you know, there's a lot of reasons that you've joined, but from a business standpoint, who are we? Okay, who are we? I want to break it down in its simplest form so that you really understand what you have. Okay, at iBuumerang, we are what I call matchmakers. Yeah, we're matchmakers. You've heard me talk about this before. And well, what is a matchmaker? Okay. Well, our business model is based on having a technology platform, so to speak, an arena. Take a look at what's on the screen there. That arena that you have right there, it's designed for a certain reason. If you notice, there's boundaries. You have boundaries around that arena. And in that arena, it's designed for a reason. I want you to pay close attention to it, because there's going to be what you call, there's seekers. What do you mean seekers? People who seek either travel discounts, people who seek, you know, nicer places to stay, vacations, they seek car rentals, they seek whatever it is. I'm a seeker as well. I'm staying in a hotel right now as we speak, and this hotel is a 5-star hotel, but I got it for, I think, a 3-star price or 3.5-star price. I saved $1,500. Okay, so the price that I stayed here is the same price at this hotel, at a 5-star hotel, one of my favorite hotels in all of Los Angeles. And at the rack rate that I got this room, I could have gone right down the street, okay? And they've got a very nice, you know, JW Marriott higher end, that's the same price, and it's a 4-star hotel than I have at a 5-star hotel. That, and this is where a lot of the rich and famous love to come to stay. Well, you don't have to be rich and famous if you've got the iGo platform. You can still stay here, okay? And I ate lunch yesterday, and I saw a couple of NBA players. You know, it's Grammys week out here. Happened to see a couple of other stars and stuff like that. And, you know, you don't have to come stay at a place to see that, but you know, I'm looking around at them and I'm like, I bet you paid full retail. You know, and I'm so excited because, you know, I know that I've got something that works. And so with the matchmaker, how matchmaking works is this. You ever remember when you were a little, a little kid, and maybe even when you weren't a little kid, it could be as an adult as well. You have somebody who likes to matchmake. Okay. Well, you got to have an arena for it. You got to have that arena. So you got to have a seeker, and you've got to have a provider. Okay. Now, if travel is $8.7 trillion, we've got $8.7 trillion worth of seeking. That's done. What do I mean by seekers? People who are looking for it. They're looking for travel. They're looking for an opportunity. And that's what they're looking for. Now, put that back on the screen, and I want to make sure that I explain this in detail. And then you also have your providers. We are the providers, okay? And so what we do as matchmakers is that we are connecting and creating this environment so that seekers and providers, which is us, or us giving access, and we're talking hotels. This is why we've got over 1 million hotels, so that we can provide the best scenario for our seekers. Here's what I want you to know about matchmaking. Matchmaking, it's not what I call 100% science guarantee. That sometimes you don't always find what you're looking for, but the more you put in, the more providers you put in, the more opportunities your seekers have to match themselves up. So when I choose to look at a hotel myself personally, I go on into this matchmaker philosophy, because now I become the matchmaker and I become the seeker at the same time. Okay. And this environment that I have called the iGo platform, or the PRIP, it allows me to now step in, and you know what I start doing? I'm the seeker, but I start looking at a list of hotels. And how do I look for who it is that I want, or which experience I want? I start by, number one, percentage of discount, not price. Percentage of discount is what I look for first. And then I say, okay, I look for, do I want 4-star? Do I want 5-star? Now, sometimes I want you to understand the difference between 4 and 5-star. It's not how nice the hotel is. Sometimes it's, in majority of the times, it's the level of service that they provide. When I'm on the road and I'm just working, I'm not looking to stay in 5-star hotels, because I'm there to work. I'm not in the room anyway. Unless I'm going to have a big suite and I'm inviting people to my suite and doing meetings. But there's, guys, I stay in 3-star hotels. I stay in 4-star hotels. I don't stay in 2-star, because 2 stars normally are 2 stars for a reason. The accommodations that I'm just going to want are just not going to be there, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, I had to grow and earn my way out of that. And so if that's where you are, that's fine where you are, but there's no reason for anybody to have to, because of this matchmaking technology that we have, is that you can go and get a 4-star for the same price as the 2-star. So what I'll do is I'll start with, okay, percentage of discount. Then I'll look for stars. Which star do I really want at this moment? Am I traveling for personal, or am I traveling for business? And it's going to be 4-star or 5-star. So, okay, 4-star hotel I'll choose. And then I start looking at all the 4 stars, and I'll say, let me line up all the 4 stars in, and then it'll give me the percentage on all the 4 stars. And guess what? I have now found my match. And the next thing that I look for is name recognition of my hotel. So if I have a 4-star that is the same price, and if I have a, let's just call it the SLS hotel, and then I have an Intercontinental, all right? Well, and then I have maybe I have a JW Marriott. All of them are 4-star. Whichever one I prefer in terms of name recognition, that's what I'm going to choose, specifically if they're the same price. If they're not the same price, now I'm going to say, these are 3 hotels that I wouldn't mind staying in. I now choose the one that has the best price. Okay. Well, maybe I'm biased to the Intercontinental, and that's my go-to. But if JW Marriott is $60 cheaper per night and it's in the same area, I'm JW Marriotting it. Is that a word, Mark? Okay. You know, Mark and T Gray, they make up words on these calls. So I'm JW Marriotting it. There you go.
Yes.
JW Marriotting it?
Yes. Marriotting
okay.
it. Okay.
Marriotting it.
Right. So that's the way matchmaker technology works. It's not so that you find the perfect solution. It's that you find the perfect solution for you at that moment. Okay, at that moment. So let's talk about this matchmaker technology. Let's talk about, you know, these seekers and these providers and how does it work? Okay, with the matchmaker technology, when you have technology, there's a cost for doing it. Why? Because aggregating the seekers and the providers and putting them all together, it costs money. And so companies, so that they can build a profitable business model, charge a subscription fee. It's just what happens. There's typically a subscription fee, right? Now, the subscription fee sometimes is charged, you know, depending on who it is, maybe charged to the customer. Sometimes it's not charged to the customer, it's charged to the entrepreneur. All right. I'll give you a couple of examples of how it, you know, how sometimes it's different. But there's a subscription fee that you'll have when you have these scenarios. All right. So let's take one new scenario that I want to give you here, and let's talk about the gym. Everybody right now, what is it? It's the 25th. Okay, everybody's already stopped going to the gym this year already, except our health nuts out there, right? Everybody got their first 2 weeks in and they were pumped. And then it's like the gym, okay? So this is the perfect analogy. Let's take the gym. If you take a look at the gym, for example, this is the perfect matchmaking philosophy, because who do you have as a seeker? You've got people who are a little bit overweight, okay? And, or maybe they're not overweight. Maybe they just have personal goals for their body. It doesn't have to be overweight. In this case here, they look a little overweight, okay? But they got personal goals. Some people just want to go because they want to bodybuild and they want to be in fitness competitions and things of that nature, and go to Vegas and be in Mr. or Mrs. Olympia. And that's their goal, all right? They're not overweight. They're in great shape, perfect health, whatever it is. But they also need someone else, okay? They need a provider. They need a trainer. All right. And that trainer has the expertise that they don't have. Number one, accountability, experience. They're going to have also access to an environment called a gym. Call a gym. Now, can you bypass the gym and have the trainer come directly to you at your house? Yes, you can. But if you do that, you don't have access to all of the equipment at the gym. So now when you take the matchmakers, now what the gym has said, hey, listen, we're going to provide all of this equipment that's here. If you want to work out your abs, we're going to have 12 different machines that you can choose from. You can choose from 12 different machines. If you want to work out your biceps, you know what? Call Mark Kithcart. Don't even go to the gym, all right? But no, we've got 10 different machines here. If you want to work on your legs, you want to work on this, every body part that you want to work on, they're going to have that within their crib, so to speak. And now you've got your expert, you've got your provider, you've got your seeker. You guys meet together where? You meet together at the matchmaking facility. And whether it's you by yourself or you with the trainer, you're now able to start selecting the items that you think are going to be best suited for you, okay? The items that you think are going to be best suited for you. Now, what happens is this, is that because you've got this trainer and because you've got all of this equipment, you're going to pay a monthly subscription fee. All right? You pay a monthly subscription fee. And that monthly subscription fee is for you to have access to the gym. It's not for you to lose weight. The monthly subscription is not for weight loss. It's not to get in shape. It is to have access, which means if you don't go to the gym and if you don't use it, you don't benefit. But you're paying for access. That's all. It is for access. Now, there are some people who utilize the environment of a gym and they get the maximum benefit from that environment. There's some people who have a membership and you can't tell that they have a membership. And it becomes a bill to them. All right? But it all goes back to, why did you buy? Why did you get the membership? Were you just motivated for the moment, or you set some real goals? Okay? Or you know, did you have a plan that you want to live a little bit longer? You want to make sure that you protect your health? Or you saw a commercial and it said 50% off if you sign up today. Okay? Or $10 a month. Set it and forget it. And the $10 a month, normally for a lot of people, it just becomes a bill because there was no real goals behind it. And so this is why I ask you, why did you buy? Why did you buy? Okay. And so when you take a look at that matchmaking philosophy, it works. Gyms are very profitable. They're like mega gyms now, and they create this huge environment. Their crib, and they've got different stuff in their workout crib. But you've got to go there and take advantage of it. You pay your membership. I know I pay a membership. I think my membership is about $200 a month, you know. But you know, the entire family can go, but I can use it all over. You know, I go to Lifetime Fitness. Well, I have a membership at Lifetime Fitness. Again, membership. I have access, but I don't utilize it the way I should. All right, I don't utilize it, so it becomes more expensive for me because I haven't utilized it more. Now, let's go and take another example of a matchmaking philosophy. Let's take online dating. Matchmakers, okay? Matchmakers. With online dating, guess what you have? You've got two components here, okay? You've got, in this example here that I'm giving, let's say eHarmony or something like that. You've got a prospect over here, all right? And to the left happens to be female. On the other end, another prospect happens to be a male. They are both looking for the same thing. So what happens? Online dating says, we're going to create this environment. We're going to be matchmakers. We're going to create an environment. And what we're going to do is we're going to post different characteristics about each person, such as like the price. Obviously, and I'm not saying people are for sale, but you know what I mean. Different characteristics. What color is your hair? What do you like to do? How tall are you? How much do you weigh? What do you earn? How's your credit? They get very detailed, right? And why? Because you want something very specific. Most times it's not perfect. You know, we were joking about it and said, hey, listen, if you wanted somebody who had red hair, red hair, okay? But they had red hair, they had green eyes, they had, pecan tan complexion, and they were 5'2", and they sing opera, and they also can do hip hop. Well, your selection is going to be few and far between, okay? Few and far between, okay? So it's almost like you asking for a hotel that is 5-star, okay? That it's in New York City, right? On 5th Avenue for $50 a night. You're probably not going to find what you're looking for. So in every expectation of a matchmaking, you got to make sure that you manage expectations, because sometimes when people come in and they purchase something, they think that it's magic, that there's no work on my behalf. I paid my money, so I don't have to do anything. It's not the case. It's no different than your dentist. Whose responsibility is it to take care of your teeth? It's not your dentist. It's your dentist's responsibility to take care of your problems. and to give you more longevity, but it's your responsibility to take care of your teeth. So I don't pay my dentist so that I don't have to brush. I don't pay my dentist so that I don't have to floss. I pay my dentist so that I can work alongside with my dentist, and I can have, the longevity of healthy gums, healthy teeth, and an overall fresh looking, mouth. But I still have my job that I've got to do. Same thing here. So you've got some homework that you have to do. Now, when you get this dating app, there's a subscription fee. There it is. You got a subscription fee, right? Now, you pay a monthly subscription fee. In this case, you got both paying a subscription fee. You've got both seekers, but the provider is the technology itself. So these are examples of multi-sided platforms that you have, and I wanted you to understand it because that's how it works. Now, here's the thing. None of them will give you a guarantee. None of them, either platform will give you a guarantee. So if you don't lose weight, okay, if you don't lose weight, you can't go and say, I want my money back, because there's no guarantee. They put you with all of this equipment and you don't lose weight 100% of the time. It doesn't work that way. Well, I didn't lose weight because I came to this gym, but I went back home and I didn't do any workout at home. I didn't do any push-ups at home. I take the elevator instead of the chairs. I still eat the same size plates that I eat. And actually, because I'm working out, I feel that I deserve more desserts. And so your weight is the same, but your expectations are the gym doesn't work. Doesn't work. My trainer doesn't work. Misguided expectations, okay? So there's no guarantee that you lose weight. When you do a matchmaking dating app, you don't always find a perfect match. Why do you think people have gone on dates more and more? This is my 5th date that I've gone on. Why? The first 4 didn't work. But you keep looking because it's your job to find what it is that you're looking for and take your expectations and match them up. So that's what we are. That's what and who we will always be. We are matchmakers. Our first component of our PRIB have been matchmaking people who are in the travel, who desire travel discounts. We are the leader in travel discounts, period, okay? We are the leader in cash back to our provider ambassadors. We're number 1. There's nobody who can say, well, we do just as much as iBuumerang. That just doesn't happen, okay? So our PRIB, we decided we were gonna build a PRIB, perpetual residual income. That's what the PRIB is, okay? Perpetual residual income. Trying to get back on here real quick. Hold on. So that's what we hold on. Turn the volume now. There we go. Now I can see this stuff here. There we go. All right. So perpetual residual income builder is what we designed. We've trademarked it. It's ours. It's who we are. It's what we're known for in our PRIB. And so what you are, I want you to understand what your role is, because if you don't know what your role is, then it becomes difficult to understand your business model. You are an ambassador, okay? You're an ambassador. You're on the provider side, okay? All of our ambassadors are on the provider side. Now, sometimes, as I mentioned to you, we can also be on the customer side and the provider side and allow the technology to serve us. So because we're an ambassador, we get discounts even greater than our customers do, okay? Never been done before like this, guys. So I'm breaking it down so that you understand who we are and what we're going to continue. We're going to continue penetrating this market. See, when you're number 1 at something, stay number 1. When you're really good at something, become better at it. Don't sit around and say, well, you know what, we've already accomplished that goal, on to the next goal. No, get better. When I look at $11 million in travel that we did in our first 10 months, I look back and I've gone through some studies and I told the team, hey, listen, this year, $100 million minimum. $100 million minimum, okay? And then we'll move from 100 million, the goal will be to minimum $250 million, and then we'll go from there to around $700 million. And in less than 3 years, we'll be over $1 billion alone and just travel alone. Just to travel alone, okay? And so I want you to understand how we're building it, what we're doing, and what's in it for you, okay? What's in it for you? So you're an ambassador. Now, as an ambassador, on the other side of our platform, we have travelers, okay? Now, I want you to know this, is that this is why this is so important, because your job is to make sure that you bring as many travelers to the crib as possible. Your travelers pay nothing, zero. So what the goal is that you've got to develop that skill set so that your travelers pay nothing and they still get discounts. Where in the world do you find it's free, it costs nothing, and I go stay in the same hotel? That means that if a customer was coming with me here at this hotel, they would have saved over $750 and would have paid nothing, okay? So I want you to understand how important that is and what we really do. This is why I don't want you comparing any other travel company or any other network marketing company that's in travel to iBuumerang. Not from an ego standpoint, but they don't and they can't do what we do, okay? We're transparent. We show you the number of people. We started off showing you the 3-cent checks. We didn't hide that. We're showing you, hey, this person only saved 50 cents and so we paid out a quarter. We didn't hide it. Why? We were proud of it. You know why? Nobody else is doing it. Nobody. And it looks small to some people, and some people may have gotten discouraged because they have no clue what that represented. No clue. It's kind of like when you're pumping the desert. Let's say you're out in the desert. I want to give you an example of what the 3 cents was. You're out in the desert. And you find this well, you're thirsty. And you find this well. But in this well, you've got a pump. And you look down there and you don't see any water whatsoever. You don't understand if there even is water down there. You toss a pebble, you can't hear it because the water is so deep now, but you got a pump and you got a well, and all that you got now is faith, and you got a little bit of work that you got to do. And what do you start doing? You start pumping that pump handle. And what happens when you pump that pump handle? Your arm gets tired. Trust me, your arm gets tired before you even have any evidence that there's water there. And so guess what you do? You switch hands. You switch hands. And all of you switched hands. You had faith. Why? You didn't see one single travel savings bonus. We just promised it. All we did on February the 18th, it says, guys, listen, we found a well of water in this aquifer here underground. It is the most delicious. It's the healthiest. It is the purest, highest pH water in the world. There's only one issue. We don't know how to get it up to the top so you can consume it yet, but we found it. It is there. We've been there. We ran into it. We know it's there. And what we're going to do is we're going to build a system to make sure that we can get it to you. And some of you said, after 1 month, where are the travel savings bonuses? I'm ready to quit. The water's not down there. Your belief was gone, or so small, because you're looking and you don't see any water. And then all we did is we came back and says, guys, guess what? We're working on it. And we said, okay, keep pumping, keep pumping, keep pumping, keep pumping. And then your arm got tired again. The next thing you know, you start seeing calluses on your hands. Hands are all calloused. Why? Because you're gripping that pump so tight and there's no water. There's no travel savings bonuses. Some of you even, we had technology issues with our company, with our provider, and they had an algorithm glitch and prices came back higher and, oh, it's not working, it's not real. This price is higher. And it stopped you from pumping. And every time you take your hand off the pump, every time you take your hand off the pump, you have to start all over. There's a few people who said, you know what, I'm just going to keep pumping. I believe them. They told me it was going to happen. They started with a little simple, cheap coffee, and they sold billions of it when everybody said it wouldn't work. And I know personally people who regret that they didn't stick with them. I'm sticking with this thing here. I'm just going to keep pumping. I'm going to keep pumping. I'm going to keep pumping. I'm going to keep pumping. And then some of you may have come to an event. You came to Vegas. We still hadn't paid them out in Vegas. And you got re-energized. And what you did, you went back to pumping. At least you didn't quit. You went back to pumping. Went back to pumping. But there was a group of people, a lot of them, who's never stopped pumping. A lot of you never stopped pumping. Not a lot of you never stopped pumping from the first day the back office opened up to you. Okay. And so I applaud all of you, even those who stopped pumping and then you started back pumping. And so what happens is you pump for a while, and if you've built up enough momentum, here's what happens. In September, you start hearing something. And it starts sounding like it's something down there. Now what happens is your faith is rebuilt. So you start pumping more. You start pumping more. You start pumping more. And when that happened, and we told you we were going to pay them out, guess what happened? This is how I know you start pumping more. We saw the number of boomerangs skyrocket by just telling the stories of what the checks were going to be and how many checks were actually going to be paid. People start doing more boomerangs and more boomerangs and more boomerangs. That's more pumping, more pumping. We got up to a point where we were putting out at least 15,000 boomerangs in one single day because of the stories that you heard. Why? Because some of us don't work on faith. Some of us only work on sight. You've got to see it. You got to feel it. You got to touch it. You got to experience this great water before you believe that there's water down in this well. We're telling you, now we're showing you that the water is there. And so what happens is at first when you pump, you pump long enough, a splash will pop up. A splash will pop up. And that splash pops up and you're like, there's water here. And some people, you know what they do? They go grab their cup and they try to catch the splash. And when you catch the splash, all the momentum that you've got, it goes right back down. And you got to start pumping over again. You got to start pumping all over again. And it's become frustrating to start over because of disbelief. Not because the water's not there, because of disbelief. When you could have just simply, you don't have to do it like this. Pump real hard no, it's just consistency. Send your boomerangs out. We said, get 10 customers a month. That's all we ask. But, you know, we've got some out there, you know, I'm so proud of Renee Young and Shirley Xavier and I can't think of our gentleman. I'm sorry, forgot his name. The first one to 1,000, but you. Okay? Because they never stopped. They never stopped. They believe in the promise, and you're going to hear from them, okay? We're putting a schedule together of who's speaking, but you're going to hear from Shirley Xavier on stage. You're going to hear from Renee Young speaking at Accelerate. Well, they're not diamonds. So, I don't know of any diamonds yet who have 1,000 customers. These are the experts who need to teach what they do and how they do it. Okay? Not Edwin Haynes. He doesn't have 1,000 customers. I don't have 1,000. Peter doesn't have 1,000. Peter's probably got the most out, and Peter and Karen have the most out of customers. I mean, out of our diamonds. Okay. You know, Trey Harris don't have 1,000. You don't need to hear from him on Boomerang. You don't need to hear from, you know, from Tommy Johnson, or some of our other diamonds or blue diamonds, Sam Bean and Manuel Bernstein and those guys. No, I want you to hear from them. Because what happens is you start pumping, water comes up, and what happens? You keep pumping, and when you keep pumping, what you're gonna find is you're gonna now find this small flow of water. It's just gonna be a small flow of water. That's the process. That's how it happens, okay? Now you're starting to see these checks become larger. And to some of you, they're still small. But nobody's ever, find me one other company who says, listen, somebody's made $50, just 50, or 5, or $1 for somebody saving $2. You can't find it. Now, everybody's trying to come and rush behind and do what we do, and good, that's great, okay? But it comes out a little slow first. And when it comes out a little slow, guess what else happens? You keep pumping. Now, if you take your cup and you try to get that slow dribble and you try to take your hand off of pumping because you think you have enough customers, guess what's going to happen? The momentum of that water has not built up yet. It had not reached that momentum threshold, so it's going to recede and go back. And you will be left with maybe your own liter or 2 liters. That's it. Are you a 2 liter type person? Is your appetite small enough that 2 liters fills you up? No, okay? That's not how you design. That's not what we do here. That's not who we promote here. You deserve to have it all. We designed a company for the fish and the elephant, and we promise. That's a promise that I made, and that's a promise that I'm gonna keep. But you keep pumping, and maybe your sponsoring hadn't been where you want it to be. But at least get 2 a month. Get 2 a month. 2 per month. That's it. 10 and 2, guys. It's like driving, 10 and 2. 10 customers, 2 reps every month. You may say, well, it's been hard. I don't care about it being hard. Nobody says that developing a strong residual permanent income is easy. It's not impossible. This is easier than working, for 8 to 10 hours being unappreciated. And if something happens to you, is your company going to put together, a coalition of diamonds or coworkers to take care of you? That's what we have Lou for. So you keep working it, and what happens is now you're going to have another flow. And here's what happened, guys, and here's what I promise you, is that you're going to have overflow. You're going to end up having overflow. And when you get it to a certain point, water starts gushing out. The momentum, the threshold of momentum far exceeds the momentum than the recession of water. And that's when you'll be able to just walk away from the pump. And you can walk away, go on vacation. And all you got to do when you get back from vacation, you just tap that pump. Just tap it. You don't have to work as hard anymore. But if you start and stop, you start and stop, you start and stop, you start and stop, and you're unable to manage your emotions, you're going to have the biggest muscles on the team with no volume. Because you're going to work the hardest, and it's going to feel like you're doing so much because you're inconsistent. Inconsistent. I take the golfers, us golfers who swing so hard, and we look like we'll hit the ball 3,000 miles. And then you look at the pro golfers who don't swing hard at all, and their ball just goes right past us. Why? Because they do it every day. Simple. That's their profession. This is yours. I'd rather see you swinging boomerangs every day than golf clubs every day. Golf clubs may not pay you unless you're looking to be a pro. And everybody's not going to be pro. Everybody can make money with boomerangs. Every single person. Every single person for the first time. That's why I boomerang. I want to take you now and explain some other things here. Okay. So I wanted you to understand that difference of why you keep pumping the pump. Why you keep pumping the pump, okay? So what happens here is this, is that you as an ambassador, you're gonna connect with your travelers, you're gonna connect with, they're gonna get their discounts. Why? Because they're now in the crib, they will access their discounts, and success takes place for you, success takes place for them. That's what we want to have, success. Now, within this, because that crib there houses everything that we market, we, like the gym, we, like the dating app, we, like all other successful matchmaking platforms, we have a subscription. Okay? We have a subscription fee. Now, here's what I want. The people that I'm talking to, this is not necessarily for you, but it's for you. Our monthly subscription fee is $99 per month. We've explained to you what it's all for and why. Number one, you got access to all of these travel benefits. By the way, we sell this platform cheaper than all of the other companies who actually do sell it. Now, there's other companies that have it, but they don't sell it because they don't know how to market it or have it marketed the way that we've marketed it. And they're not having the success, so they start trying to do 50,000 other things and just use this as a benefit. Well, here's what we do. We have access to this and we market it very well, but the other companies out there sell it for a lot more expensive than we sell it for. The majority of the companies where the volume comes from, I had a chance to sit with our provider, and he said, Holton, he says, our volume comes not from network marketing outside of you guys. He says, our volume comes from other resorts who use this, and they sell this platform at minimum $5,000 to up to $30,000 that they'll sell this platform, and people actually buy it for 30 grand. They do. They finance it. Most of them finance it. They put them on a finance plan. So they have a monthly subscription financing this, and they have an annual renewal. They have to pay a renewal fee of $500 a year. But you know what? It's worth it. It is absolutely worth it. There's another company out there called Inspirato. Inspirato, you'll pay $25,000, $30,000 for a membership, or they have one now, it's $2,500 per month. That's what their subscription fee is. And what they do is they're looking for people who want to travel, and they provide the travel. They give you a variety of different homes that you can go and live in and stay in, and you pay no cost, okay? And it's $2,500 a month, but it must be available because they have a lot of members, but limited availability, and people pay $2,500 a month to have access to that. So so I want you to understand price versus value. And in a moment, we're going to be able to determine whether or not you look at price versus value. But there is a monthly subscription fee, okay? There's a monthly subscription fee that you have, $99. Why is this message for you and not for you? Because when I say it's not for you, because you're on here and you're paying your subscription fee. But I want you to make sure that when you're enrolling people, I want you to be candid with them. I want you to explain the value of this system to them so that when $99 show up on their credit card, they're not surprised that you didn't just pull the wool over their head and make them think that the cost of joining was the only cost that they have. You now own a business. You have a matchmaking technology and an environment, whereas you've got over 1 million properties. I can tell you where my monthly subscription fee saved me money on this trip here. Not only on the hotel, okay? So this hotel would have saved me the $99 for 12 months, for 15 months, because I saved $1,500. Check this out. We don't promote price discounts on airlines, but you know, my tickets were being booked. I say, Anna, I had never done this, by the way. I say, Anna, just check out the prices on the airlines on the iGo platform. She goes to the iGo platform, my exact same itinerary, it was $75 per ticket cheaper. I said, book it on iGo. Is there any commissions that anybody? No, but that was $150 of savings. Okay, is that going to happen every time? Probably not, and it's probably not going to happen every time for you. But $150 savings, guys, that's incredible. That was really good. So I want you to start utilizing and consuming your own technology. Okay, you got to start utilizing and consuming your own technology now. So you get to choose here. You get to choose the environment and the technology that's provided for you. You get that choice, okay? Now, let's talk about why, and let's talk about whether it's working or not. As I told you, we've been priming the pump. No longer do we have to promise you that there's water down there. You remember that water that we told you, those travel savings bonuses, that some of us who had no faith and we stopped pumping because we didn't see the evidence of it? And then when we showed you 3 cents commission, that was like the little, you heard that was water, you didn't see it. And then we showed you somebody who earned maybe $2 or $3, and you said, okay, well, there's water, but there's not enough to satisfy me. And then now, every month they're getting bigger, every month. Why? Because the travelers don't quit. They don't quit, all right? So let's take a look at our accomplishments. In 2019, and we didn't even have a whole 2019, okay? This is from March when the first boomerangs went out. We paid out 3,586 direct travel savings bonuses, 25,102 travel savings overrides. Now, this is actually pretty cool, okay? Why? Because these are, like I said, these are just direct travel savings bonuses, and then you got the overrides that we paid, okay? And then we've got ambassadors. If you look at this, 82,000 travel savings override bonuses paid. Were they huge? Were they big enough to go buy, you know, buy yourself a new car or get out of debt? Probably not, but it's a splash. But what do? You keep pumping. You keep pumping, okay? You just keep pumping. Why? Because you already know you're continuing to take your providers, I mean your seekers, and putting them into the crib. They don't quit. They love it. Our customers, they love what we're doing here. They love it. They're not going to quit ever, okay? And it just gets, our pot gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And so let's look at some of the other accomplishments that we've done. Okay, 39,000 travel savings bookings. That's almost 40,000 bookings. That's almost an average of 1 booking per active ambassador, if you look at it. Okay. Now, what does that mean? That means that we've got some work to do. What do I mean by that? That means that we've got to start consuming our own technology even more. Because it's not just the hotel. It's just like myself, guys. I finally started booking my airline tickets. I'll seek and book that. But you know what? When you take a vacation, we got other things on our platform as well that you can actually start utilizing. You know, if you're going to do events, if you're going to stay different places, or, I mean, if you're going to go to restaurants, or if you're going to go do any activities or whatever it is, start utilizing your own platform and consuming it and start sharing the story. We have only used about 10% of iGo's capabilities, about 10%. So this is why, you know, our sales of iGo were only about $11 million. Now, in most people's eyes, they think that that is huge, but we don't have small goals, okay? We're going to dominate. We're going to be a force in the travel industry alone, okay? So we've got to start consuming all of what it is that we're doing here. So let's take a look at some of these other statistics that we've got. Okay, travel save. Here's a a text message that's been circulating around. Why? Because they're getting bigger. Just read this here, okay? Here's one of our latest travel savings bonuses. It was paid on the 20th, whatever day that was, Monday. It was paid on the 20th. Hey, bro, I just logged into my back office and I've been paid $1,600. That's fire. And I don't know how. Do you know? And the response was, bro, does it say TSB in the details? He says, yeah, I just checked all TSB. I love this business. So his sponsor probably responded, that's a travel savings bonus from one of your customers that you gave a free code to. This is only the beginning. See, the sponsor is somebody who's never taken his pump off the handle off the pump, who understands that it gets bigger. He says, yeah, I think one of my customers booked Mexico with 3 friends, and I never even knew she booked through us. Boom. And that check was $1,604.21 to one person, okay? So that's an example. As of this point, that's our largest single travel savings bonus that we know of, but that's gonna be norm. When we show you the things that we're gonna start rolling out, this will become normal. This will become, for some people, an average of what they're getting per month just in travel savings bonuses. So when you take a look at, does it work? Just look at these savings here. All of these are receipts here, travel receipts from people that they've sent them in to us. You know, and we've got hundreds. We've got hundreds of them. But the platform is working, which means the matchmaking technology that we put together is working, and the cash back is working. The cash back is actually working. So let's talk about one component here, okay? I want to talk to you about how cool this is, and I want to draw a parallel, and I want to draw a little comparison here so that you understand what we have. I want to talk to you about product-based model with 10 customers. And the reason I say 10 customers is because most network marketers selling a product don't ever get to 10 customers, okay? I can tell you that in network marketing, I never had 10 active customers buying from me at one time in my first 20 plus years. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I just never had it. I had 10 active distributors, 10 active reps, but I never had 10 active customers, ever, okay? There's a lot of people who do. There were people in my organization who had 20 customers, 30, some who had 40 customers, and that's what they were good at, going and peddling product. There's nothing wrong with that. I think it's honorable. I think it's good. I think it provides a need for people, but that's not a matchmaking technology, okay? And so we're focusing on our matchmaking technology. I'm not to say that we won't ever in our prep have product, some kind of product. It won't be marked up 50 times, or 10 times more than everybody else, but I'm focusing on the matchmaking technology. Let's perfect this first. So let's take a look at this here, okay? So a product-based model with 10 customers. Let's say that your retail to your customer is $60. Doesn't matter what it is. Typically what you're gonna find is you're gonna have about a $10 profit, okay, on products, okay? Now, suggested retail and network marketing is normally about 20%, but very few people sell it for suggested retail. Most people, to get a customer to buy the product, they have to lower the price because the price is already overinflated based off of any comparisons. It's just the nature of the business, okay? Unless you have a product that has no competition, then there's no basis for what the comparison pricings were, okay? $10 profit. So if you've got that, okay, a $10 profit per person, when you take a look at it, you've got now $100 per month of profit. That's pretty good. Well, let's say you kept those customers for a year, that'd be 120. I mean, that'll be $1,200. But here's what happens in product-based models, product-only models. What happens is that your customers' history shows since the 60s, since 1960 plus, customers only last 79 days. That model has not changed in network marketing. You may say, well, I had customers for 2 years. We're not saying some don't, but on the average, it's 79 days is what we're looking for, okay? So really, what would your profit have been here? 79 days, or let's just say 90 days, or 3 months worth of it. So you've got a profit, but that profit is a little bit different. What you got here? Let me lower my screen here for example, okay? So you've got $180 worth of profit, in sales, and you've got $30 worth of profit is what you would have actually realized using this model. It's still not bad, but $30 of profit times 10 customers gives you $300 in total annual profit. All right. That's the regular model, and many of you have experienced that model, and that's typically what happens because you typically got to be a salesperson in order to really understand how to go out and market products in network marketing. You do have to be a salesperson, okay? Now, let's take it a little further here and give you another example of what we have here. Let me go to my screen. There we go. Now, let's take the annual revenue. I've actually modeled, taken these numbers and reduced them drastically. So let's just say that you get 100, you join the Boom 100 Club, okay? And every week we're having new people who join the Boom 100 Club, okay? In the beginning, to have 100 customers, it was like, wow. I never forget when Peter came up to me, he says, I'm gonna be the first diamond with 100 customers. And that was during, I think the Vegas event Vision. And he got his 100 customers, and it was like, wow, I'm amongst the top in the company. Mark, and congratulations to Peter and Karen, they've got more customers now, and they're our leading diamonds with customers. But Mark, how often do people now get 100 customers? Is it every week we're having new people join the Boom 100 Club?
Yep, every week we have to use 2 slides now to cover how many people joined the Boom 100 Club.
Okay. So, because what happened was Renee Young was what we call the Roger Bannister, the 4-minute mile. She broke that barrier of that first 100 customers. And everybody was like, 100 customers? How can I get 100 customers? And wow, I can't believe she did this. And people looked at it like, why? Because the paradigm in network marketing is that it's difficult to get 5. It's hard to get 5 customers. Here she's got 100, and the company wasn't, and she had never even received her bonus from any of them up until that time. Why? She kept pumping the pump. Now, every week, just like Roger Bannister, when he broke the 4-minute mile, they said that the chest cavity would explode because of the stress that's put on the heart if a person ever even attempts to run a mile in less than 4 minutes. And here Roger Bannister does it, and nothing happens to him. You know what happened? 2 weeks after he broke the record, 5 other people ran a mile in less than 5 minutes. When one person shows it can be done, that's all they're looking for is confirmation. Can somebody do it? And the next thing you know, everybody else start running that mile in less than, now you're not even considered, you don't even get a scholarship to college if you can't run a mile in less than 4 minutes. Do you think the same thing is happening here? Of course. 100 people are going to look at, that's 100 customers. Oh, how long you been in? 30 days? And I'm not diminishing those of you who have 10 or 20 or 15 or even 1. I'm just letting you know that what this new concept is doing, it's taking us into the customer business, a place that network marketing has never been able to stay. They talk about it. I've talked about it. But even after 15 years, the majority of my income was from distributors and recruiting. In the beginning, yes, that's what happens. It's from recruiting. You're building your base. You're building a team, and then customers take over, and then your revenues. It's a process. Okay, it's a process. So how does this model work? Let's just say that each one of your customers, on an average total, they only saved $100 a year. That's it, $100 a year. That means that you've got 100 customers. That's $10,000 of annual savings to your customers. And back to you is a check for $5,000. Now, it's easier to get 100 active customers in iBuumerang than it is to get 10 active customers on a specific product who's going to stay on the product longer than 79 days. It is. It's much easier. It is much easier. Okay. And I don't know. I know Shirley Xavier was in a previous opportunity with us. I don't know, you know, if Shirley, if you're on, I know you're on here. In the chat, and to be honest, if you did, it's okay. Did you ever have 10 customers buying coffee every month? Active customers buying product every month? If you do, put it in the chat and or send it to me or send it to T. Gray and Mark. Let us know whether you did or whether you didn't. I don't know. You possibly could have. I don't know. But anyway, I know I never did. Okay. But our customers now, guys, are booking. You see the numbers here. So when you take a look at that, here's what we've got here. Okay. Let's go to the next slide here. Annual revenue. Oh, I'm sorry. Go back. I'm sorry. Go back again. Go back. Go back. My bad. Okay. So when you look at your annual revenue, it never leaves. Your customers don't have anything that they have to pay for. They only get benefits. They only get these benefits. Okay. And they never leave. So there's no reason for them to quit whatsoever. Our 3C philosophy of making sure that we meet their expectations and exceed their expectations so they can have confidence is working. Now, let me explain to you that in this business, here's what happens in travel, okay? Sometimes your customers, guys, are going to have a bad experience, okay? Sometimes they're going to get there and their hotel is not going to be ready, or their car is not going to be there. That's not iBuumerang. We take responsibility, but I just want you to know, don't let that take your hand off of the pump. I start to learn now that 1 out of 100 travel bookings have an issue. It has nothing to do with iBuumerang. Expedia, Travelocity, all 1 out of 100 have an issue. Okay, 1 out of 100 have an issue, and so I want you to recognize that that's just part of being in business. Okay, Shirley Xavier just sent me a message. She says I had 10 customers, but definitely not every month. Okay, definitely not every month. And so your customers here are going to stay active. So let me go ahead and speed the process up a little bit here, because I'm running a little bit behind my time that I want to be running. So let's go to the next slide here. And guys, don't jump off, because I'm announcing something that you may not even have an opportunity to get if you're off this call. I'm doing it at the end, towards the end. And all I'm going to tell you is this here. I'll give you a hint. Go ahead and take your credit cards out and be ready to, it's not on now, but be ready when we launch, because they're not going to put it up until we do it. Because when I announce the party, the event that we're having, it's limited. We only have so many people who can come, and you guys understand it's not a sales pitch anymore. So it's limited, and there's levels to this thing. So it's limited, and then there's extra limited, and then there's super uber duper limited. First time I've ever done this. Limited. And I even told the diamonds, I'm sorry, it's limited to you. You got to compete with everybody else. I'm sorry. Okay. So some of the diamonds won't even be able to be a part. Maybe none of them. I don't know. It all depends on whose fingers are the fastest. Maybe none of them make it. I don't know. So it's not a diamond thing. It's for you that we're going to do here. Okay. Now, so let's take a look at this one here. That's just on the iGo. Ladies and gentlemen, we have, and I have to tell you this, and I have to look at all of you and tell you, first of all, I want to look you in the eyes and give you, Mark, put the camera on me. I don't know if it's on me right now. Put it on me, because I don't want it on anything else right now except me. There we go. I have to look all of you in the eye, and I have to give you guys a huge apology, okay, on behalf of Vibe Rides. What is the apology for? Here's what our apology is for. Here's what my apology is for. We launched in Florida, and we were gung-ho. We were ready. We made a promise, and we said, we're going to do this. And you know what we focused on more? We focused more on delivering our promise, and we got confused as to what our promise was. we confuse delivering a time frame with delivering a quality product. Okay. We did. And because we didn't want to let our field down, and we know we've had delays in the past and stuff like that. And so we got with the team, hey, guys, let's do this. We got our programmers and we stressed them out, and we just even doubled our costs. We said, I don't care what it costs, just throw money at it and get it ready. And we threw money at it. We threw time, hours and stuff, because we wanted you to be proud of your company. And at the end of the day, what we realized was we mismanaged our priorities. And we were so focused on making you happy, so focused on giving you a time delivered, concept, that we didn't do everything that we could do to make sure that you had the best ride share experience as a business. And we overestimated our capabilities, and we underestimated the challenges or the difficulties within the technology realm of rideshare anyway. And so what we've done since then is we slowed down and says, hey, get it right. We didn't care about the speed, because it's not a race at this moment. We want to deliver to you something that you can depend on. We want to deliver to you something you can believe in. We want to deliver you something that is well and carefully thought out, designed, and delivered. And so many of you, specifically our driver enthusiasts, many of you who just joined just because December was the date, you're going to be riding and driving for vibe and setting your vibe, choosing your vibe, and we let you down. And we apologize for that. And, I'll figure out some way to do something for all of those who did register and drive and whatever it is. I'll figure something out. But that was not the best use of our resources of just trying to crunch a time frame. But I can tell you, we've been working really hard, extremely hard. We've got a great team of people who've uncovered a lot of stuff now. We have now gotten registered with the airports in Broward County. We've gotten registered with Miami, Fort Lauderdale. I think Tampa is getting done now. We've got now, I think, Dallas, Texas, who wants us bad. They said, we want you. Houston, Texas, we're finalizing all of those things in our app development, the smoothness of it, and register. I looked at some of the registration that we've had, and it was not so great. In terms of the process that it went through. It didn't lead, because we were going through and just getting it done, instead of saying, how would an ambassador or a driver want to feel as they're going through this process? And so we've done it. I want to give a special congratulations and thanks to Angela Olivito, who's a part of our main corporate team, but specifically our Vibe team, and done so much research, guys. I mean, it's like she's a walking, talking rideshare expert now. And so we've got to protect her, because the other ones may try to take her now. Okay. So anyway, but we've done that, and we are getting better. And I'm calling Houston our beta test. Our goal is to have drivers and riders on the ride in Florida before we even get to Houston. That's our goal, because we've uncovered a lot of our stuff. We're going to build that momentum back, and I'm going to ask you to give us a chance to re-earn your trust within that frame as well, because we've let a lot of you down. I can tell you, our team is they're heartbroken as well, because they know they were so excited about delivering something to you. And we're big and we're bad and we're iBuumerang, and we brag about how great we are with stuff. And so we thought we could do that same thing. And so we got our butts handed to us. We just did, just being candid with you. But we're undoing a lot of that stuff. We ran into some issues that we just didn't foresee happening. But I'll tell you this, that we are getting it all together, and we're delivering it. So we're not done. Somebody said, are you still, what do you mean are we still? Of course we are. That's why I eliminated everything else. We said, you know what? Boom Mobile, we're sitting it to the side. We've got other projects, we're sitting them to the side. I said, let's give them the best of iGo. Let's get iGo to let's use 70% of it. And then let's maximize our rideshare. That can, you know, those two things can take us to multi-billions of dollars. Just those two alone. If we never brought anything else in, that's multiple billions of dollars, and we will be the leader in those two specifically from a network marketing perspective. So I just want to reach out and tell you that. But Mark, you can put it back on the slide here, the slide back on, and I got to speed up because I'm running behind. I told you 2 hours, 2 hours minimum. But anyway, I'm going to have to shut it down because I've got an hour's drive to my mentoring class. So I'm going to have to shut it down soon anyway. But anyway, let's take a look at this, guys. Monthly, weekly, daily revenue, 100 customers. In this model here, 100 customers. In this example here, we're just assuming with your same 100 customers that you've got, okay? Or if you want, you can get more Vibe customers. We got some cool stuff that we're doing in our marketing approach that's just going to make it, it's exciting. I wish I was almost an ambassador to go out and sell this. You can't sell it, give it away, okay? But we got ideas, things that we're gonna do. Now, keep the focus on iBuumerang. This is why I'm talking about iBuumerang. Do not say, well, I'm just only gonna focus on rideshare. No, bring them into the crib. Let iBuumerang turn them into customers, those that you do know, and we'll show you how to market and get your customers and recruit drivers as well, okay? But don't just shift your focus. It's a way that you lose your momentum and momentum stops. Bring them in. Everybody's attracted to what we have. Now, let's say you got those same 100 customers, and let's say they average $50 a month on rideshare. That's, you know, I mean, sometimes, you know, depending on where I am, I do $50 or $100 a day. But we're saying $50 a month. We don't know what that average is, but the average is $15, about $14 per ride. That means that if a person took 3 rides, 3.5 rides a month, it's going to average, they're going to spend $50 per month. That's reasonable. Check this out. You're going to get 3.125% of that revenue. Okay? You got 100 customers. Who's doing that? That's $5,000 per month of revenue. Okay? Now, what do you earn? You earn $150 a month off of that. $1,800 per year, just off of the customers that were already traveling that you're making money off of, and if they go and do rideshare. Some of them are going to do $100 a month. Some of them are going to do $150. Some people, you know, I was talking to a guy yesterday. He said, you know, we got a segment of people that children today say, you have a driver's license? They don't even have a goal to get a driver's license. I remember being 15 years old, turning 16, and the night, it was like Christmas. The first thing, I'm skipping school, I'm going to the DMV, and I'm getting my driver's license. Today, kids are like, I'll just vibe. I'll take rideshare, okay? And that's what we've got on our side. So when I look at that, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be huge for us. It's going to be a big, big, big winner for us, for everyone. And you know, it's going to boost up that revenue. And I'm using small numbers because I don't want to give you some people are going to have 18,000 per month coming in just on rideshare. Okay, just on rideshare alone, they'll have $18,000 per month of residual income. They will have not sponsored or not making any money that's included in the network. $18,000 a month that will be coming from customers. That's our goal. Okay, so let's talk about it. Our customers, what do they pay for? Our customers only pay for consumption. We don't charge for access to the platform. Our customers pay for consumption only. If we can put that slide up, if we could, that'd be great. Customers only pay for consumption, meaning they use the app, they pay. They don't use the app, they don't pay. They use the platform of the iGo platform, they'll pay for their travel. If they don't use it, they don't pay. Great scenario for all of us as matchmakers, okay? So we're on the other side as providers. We're getting our customers as seekers. Now, what do we have next? Let's talk about how to maximize this technology. How do you consume our technology? Because most of us are not consuming it enough. I've already showed you 1 transaction per active rep is what we have right now. That needs to be 5 on the average, 5 to 6 transactions per quarter, per rep, per ambassador. Guys, use your product. Use it. Use it. You pay for it. Use it. personal use of it. How do you consume it? Personal use. Before you do anything, choose your iGo platform. Have you gone through to even look to see what's available? Okay, look to see what's available on your platform. I was looking for I'll give you one little tip here. I was looking for Accelerate. Jose Luis and myself were sitting there and we were talking about Accelerate. And here's how detailed he looks. He said, you know what I noticed? I noticed a few tricks. He said, if I selected Thursday through Monday for my hotel, at this one hotel, it was a little more expensive at the Hilton. He said, but if I chose Thursday, Friday, and then did a second booking for Saturday and Sunday, it was only he saved like $60 or $70 per night. Same duration, but he just broke it up into 2 different bookings. Now, there's no guarantee that they'll give you the same room. There's no guarantee on that. But he said, I showed this to some people who had economic issues, and they were able to now go and book and save even more money. They just broke up the bookings, okay? So you can do that if you want to. It's up to you. Now, second way that you utilize it is through listening. You got to have a listening ear. You got to have an ear where people approach you, okay? Where the people are telling you the story. They're telling you the story. You got to listen. There's not one person sitting here right now. Just think of it. Let me share with you how we grow and how we quadruple. There's not one person listening to my voice right now. We've got thousands on. Not one single person who can say, I don't know anybody who's about to travel and go somewhere within the next 30 days to 90 days. You know somebody who's either about to travel out of state, somebody who's about to travel out of country, somebody who's about to travel within the state. You know somebody who's going on vacation, somebody who's planning a vacation, somebody who's getting married, somebody who's doing whatever it is. You know someone. All of us do. We do. All of us know someone in the business, outside the business. You got to listen. Keep your ears open. See, when you embrace that you are part of the world's largest travel savings company, and you understand that you are a matchmaker, you keep your ears open. See, if you own eHarmony and you heard somebody say, man, you're at a bar or whatever it is, or a club or a restaurant, and you overheard somebody saying, yeah, I just can't find love. It's like I was listening last night at dinner, listening to this 2 people talking, and they was talking about love this and love that, and you don't trust love. And if I was eHarmony, I would have turned right to them and said, hey, listen, I've got a crib where I've got really cool people you can find and you can trust love, and here, go on and take a look at it. So if they were talking about travel, I would have turned around and said, you know what? I heard you talking about travel. Let me ask you a question. Do you pay retail or do you pay wholesale? Oh, I pay retail. Right, let me ask you a question. If you could travel for the rest of your life, 5-star resorts for 3-star prices, would you take advantage of a free technology if I gave it to you to try? But there's only one catch. You have to send me a selfie on your first time on your first savings vacation. Boom! I'm listening. I've got to go out there and get it. It's not all going to come to you. You got to pay attention, listen, and you've got to be a prospecting, offering person. You're not selling them anything. You're giving it to them. You're giving it to them. They're not paying you for anything, okay? Third way is that you got to offer. This is when you make your list. This is when you call people that's on your list. If they're in your phone number, if a person's in your phone book and you haven't sent them a boomerang, shame on you. You don't believe. You got your hand off of the pump. This is how you keep pumping. You listen to everybody else. You consume your own technology, and you go offer to other people. If they're in your database, if you would allow a person to take up real estate in your phone, but you aren't strong enough to offer them a travel savings technology when they travel, why? What's the purpose of that relationship? Why? Now, don't go on your Facebook and do this the wrong way and try to recruit everybody. Here's how you do it, okay? Just go take a look at some of these other people who are doing some cool stuff. I see Brian Rooney, who does some really cool stuff. I see, Terrell Fierce, who does some pretty cool stuff when they just talk about, they share stories. They just share stories. They don't try to recruit everybody, and they get people interested in why it is that they were doing it. I saw Steve Seaver doing some pretty cool stuff and attracting people. and then you give them a boomerang. You know, Peter Hershey will take a group of people and say, hey, listen, everybody's traveling here. There's a group. Oh, no problem. And let the whole group, he'll put a code in and let the whole group take up the code. All right. Every one of us know an organization who's going to travel. Every one of us know a baseball team, a little league baseball team who's going to travel. Fourth thing is groups. One of the things that we're working on right now, ladies and gentlemen, is to start bringing you a group travel component for, when I say group travel, I'll explain that. But a group travel for our boomerangs. What I mean by that is this. If you know of a group, a sorority, a church league, or a baseball team, or whatever it is, and they may be traveling somewhere, you can give them a group boomerang and allow them to go save money on a cruise or wherever it is, and you actually get paid for that. You got to start paying attention to it. Now, here's the other way that you do. I'll give you one bonus. Anytime somebody that you know of who's traveling, and the ones that you go and talk to when you listen, ask them, how many of you are going to be traveling? If you've got friends going with you, let me know, and I'll make sure I give them a free boomerang as well. See, there's 3 people that I know of who's going to be in this hotel. Okay, there's 3 people who I know. Michael Jackson's going to be in this hotel, Diamond. Johnny Wimbrey's going to be in this hotel. Okay, so guess what? If we were customers and Edwin Haynes gave us the boomerang, I would have said, hey, can I get one for my buddy Mike? Can I get one for my buddy Johnny? And the savings, $750, Michael Jackson saved $1,400, $700. Johnny saved, I think, $1,200, that's $600. That would have been $600, $700, $1,300 plus my $750. That would have been $2,000 that Edwin would have got as a travel savings bonus because 3 people stayed in a hotel and saved $6,000. I want you to start opening up and letting and utilizing what we have. We've got the greatest product out there. People in the industry are completely envious that we have cash back, and we're the only ones who have it. Utilize it. Let's maximize this thing and take it to the next level. Now, a couple things I want to share with you about you getting paid on consumption and what we do and how do you utilize these boomerangs. Now, here's a promotion that I'll put out a promotion in a minute, and then I'm going to explain. Put it back. What are you doing? Back. I said I'll put out a promotion in a minute. All right, T. Gray, you're on timeout. Even though that was Mark, T. Gray, you're on timeout.
I get enough timeouts on my own. Do I have to take Mark's too?
T. Gray, you can't talk. You're on timeout. That's the purpose of timeout.
Okay.
You can't respond.
Okay.
So here we go. You probably saw it already, but anyway, I want to know how many of you are ready to keep pumping the pump. Okay, and I'm going to help you pump the pump. Matter of fact, I need to see if you're ready to pump the pump. Now, you think you saw it, but I won't put this on sale if I don't see enough in the chat right now. If I don't see enough people saying pump the pump or I'm ready in the chat, bets off. We'll go to the next slide, Mark, and then I'll go ahead and announce something else, and we'll talk about something else, okay? But I need to know, are you ready to pump the pump, okay?
That's lighting up.
Is it lighting up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I can't tell because my internet over here is like, I don't know. It seems like I'm on dial-up over here on this phone or something. But anyway, you better be ready to pump the pump because it's time to take this to the next level, okay? Take this to the next level.
They're ready, HB. They're ready to pump the pump.
T. Gray, you're on timeout, Mark. I'm putting you on timeout. If T. Gray talks again, I'm putting you on timeout, Mark. That'll be your first.
Ooh, that's too easy.
I gotta mute
Mark,
him.
get ready for your timeout.
Okay. Before I announce this, I've got to moisturize.
That's too easy. I'm letting you make it on this one, HB. I'm passing up so many jokes.
It's my feminine side that comes out when I I don't know what I'm telling you. It's just like anyway. But I feel more.
As long as you don't start crying.
I feel moisturized. But anyway, guys, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, today we're gonna help you pump the pump. We got a promotion that we've never done before. I told the guys, I said, listen, let's help raise the roof. Let's help raise the volume. Let's help people pump the pump. I want to have boomerangs going through the roof. Plus, I want us to get us closer to March to 1 million. So, ready? Drum roll. Here's your promotion. Buy more boomerangs. Today, here's what we're going to have. You're going to get now, we're going to double the number of boomerangs, okay? This is in your back office till the end of tomorrow. $25 is going to give you now 50 boomerangs. 50 boomerangs, but not only 50 boomerangs, ladies and gentlemen. Each boomerang comes with 1 QV. We're not making it 25 QV. We're doubling the QV, the qualifying volume. Here's a way to get 50 QV for only $25. 50 QV for $25. Now, there's still a max that you can buy. And in this situation, I don't think a person can buy no more than 200. Is that correct, T. Gray? I mean, Mark? Because T. Gray can't talk.
No, that's correct. This is Mark talking.
All right, that's Mark. Okay, go ahead.
This is not T. Gray. This is Mark.
Okay. So, you know how it works in the back office, because we don't want people just buying for the sake of buying. We want you buying because you have an intent of putting them out there. I see that now my chat is lighting up now. I see it lighting up now. Okay. I see you out there, Tommy. Tommy does some pretty cool stuff out there as well. Tommy Peters, guys. He does some pretty cool stuff, marketing and attracting customers and stuff like that. Really proud of all of those guys, and many of you as well. I'm just going through some other people that's here. But 50 boomerangs, $25. It ends Sunday on the 26th. And your back office today. Get ready to rock and roll. But here's the thing as well, guys. Let me finish up here because I have to announce this party. You're going to keep those credit cards out. Here's what we're going to do. I got to tell you one thing about iGo and the groups as I talked about groups. Now, we have this incredible alliance and partnership with Extreme Travel. Extreme Travel is our travel agency. David Manning, you hear that name all the time. He is the CEO of Extreme Travel, a travel agency that's been around for over a gazillion years, about 20 years it's been around. iGo and Extreme Travel are not the same. I want to tell you that, okay? Extreme Travel becomes a support for group travel. We want to refer travel. We have the ability to refer travel and receive 25% of the commission, not 25% of the travel total. Some people think, wow, it's $1,000, so I'm going to receive $250. No. Let's say the commission is 5% on $1,000. That's $50. You receive 25% of that, okay? So if a commission is 5%, $50, 25% of the $50 would be what? $2.50? Or what would that be, Mark? No, $10. I'm sorry, $10. That'll be a $10 commission. If it was $1,000 travel, you would have got a $10 commission if it was 5% commission, okay? So I want to explain something. That's not the purpose of putting this up. The purpose of putting this up is some of us, what we're doing is we're misusing both platforms. And we are ignoring iGo and abusing Extreme. So sometimes we've got a group of people of 5 people that want to go travel. They want to go to Cancun, or they want to go on vacation. So we think, oh, this is group travel. I'm going to send them to Extreme Travel, and Extreme Travel is going to offer them the same price as iGo, and I'm going to get, they're going to get a better price, and I'm going to get that commission. No, it doesn't work that way. 9 times or 10 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, the price is going to be cheaper for them on iGo. That's why we have a membership. The purpose of using Extreme Travel is when they go and it's maybe a larger group than you want to handle, and they want to have somebody to greet them at registration, to make sure everything is going to be together, to organize transportation to and from the hotel. That's the purpose of group travel. Or if you're doing a cruise and everybody wants to be in the same area and you've got 50 people going on a cruise, you call Extreme Travel, refer that. But if I've got 10 people who's going to Cancun, for spring break, I'm giving them a boomerang. You're going to make more money, and your customer's going to save more money. And they're going to be now addicted to this platform, and every time they travel, guess what they're going to do? Use the iGo platform, okay? So right now, ladies and gentlemen, just to show you that we're misusing it, we have about an 8% conversion rate. That means that 8 out of every 100 people we refer to Extreme book travel, because the majority of it, about 80+% of it, it's the wrong platform to send them to. So we're having Extreme travel agents work on people that we should be giving them a boomerang and explaining them to use the boomerang technology, okay? So learn your technology, learn your product, learn your business, and utilize this the right way, and send your groups that want to do group travel and need certain accommodations to Extreme, but send even your groups, that's why we have group boomerangs. Put a group link together for them and say, hey, listen, there's 20 of you. Hotels is really what you want the discounts on. Go ahead and use the iGo platform, and all of you get your rooms and save. And that way, when your commission comes, it's not on one room. It's on 20 rooms, okay? 20 rooms. Stop thinking 25% of the total of 20 rooms is greater than 20 travel savings bonuses. It's not. You're making more money through the iGo platform, okay? So make sure that you utilize that the right way. Really important. Now, last thing I want to talk to you about is this here, and I gotta rush through this, guys, and I apologize, but I want you to take another poll with me here. I want to ask you this question here. Are you a customer or are you an owner? Are you a customer or are you an owner? Now, you can't answer to both, okay? You can't be a customer and then come back and say I'm an owner. You can't be an owner and come back and say I'm a customer. I want to talk about who you are. Who are you? What are you? Customer or are you an owner? I want to see it in the chat as well. Answer and also put it in the chat so I can see who you are. I want to see who you are. I want to talk to a few of us. This talk right here is not going to be for everyone. This talk that I'm about to give is going to be, I'll tell you who it's for. Let many of you go ahead and choose. The next 10 minutes, and I'll promise I'll close out here at 8:30 here, my time. The next 10 minutes is dedicated to my owners. If you're here and you're a customer, and if your time is up for you, you can drop off if you need to, okay? If you're a customer, if your mentality is, I'm just a customer. Or you can stay on and you can watch and you can understand what it's like to be an owner, if you ever choose to upgrade yourself from being a customer to an owner, okay? And I want to talk to you, and I want to be very sincere, and you guys know when I'm sincere, it doesn't mean that I'm easy, but I can be sincerely tough. And sometimes as a leader, you've got to be tough, even with that. Some of us think that they can't handle the tough news or the tough part of the business. But I don't believe in raising weak leaders. I don't believe in building a meek and mild organization. I'm tough as nails. I'm strong mentally. I'm not swayed easily. I'm hard to get discouraged. I'm hard to get distracted from my goals. I'm tough. There's a side of me also that has to be gentle. There's a side that has to be soft. But I produce tough-minded leaders. Okay, and you can win fairly, in a fair way, being tough-minded. So let's talk about this for a second. Are you a customer or are you an owner? Take the poll. Okay. I want to talk to you about what customers are. I want to talk to you about what owners are. Okay. Somebody said they're seeking ownership. Great. And I'm not judging any of you if you're right now a customer. Okay. That's okay. It's completely fine. I'm letting you know that who this is designed for right now. Are you a customer or are you an owner? Well, let's talk about some of these attributes here. And one of the things about a customer is this: we love customers. We can't do it without them. We need them. We got to have them. is a customer takes the mentality that somebody else is responsible. And you know what? They're right. Somebody else is responsible. Customer gets to point the finger and say, I paid you my money. Here's what I expect. And that's the mentality of a customer. I go shopping somewhere and I go through a drive-through, and if I didn't get fries or they left out my Polynesian sauce at Chick-fil-A, I get to come back around and say, I paid you, I'm a customer, I need my Polynesian sauce. Or when I get home and it's not there, and I go back and I give them a piece of my mind the next time, hey, listen, you left my Polynesian sauce out, make sure you give me extra this time. I'm a customer. And sometimes I get to act like a customer. I've earned the right. I bought it. I paid for my product. But then you've got people who are also owners. Owners, I take responsibility. Me. Why? I own this. I own it. I own it. This is why I've told you from the beginning, I don't own iBuumerang. You do. I own the responsibility. You own the company. I said that before, and somebody said, well, who's the owner? We need to meet the owner. I'm like, you own it. Okay. Yeah, I'm the CEO, and I don't, there's no other partners or nothing like that. What I mean by that from a philosophical standpoint is I'm giving ownership to you. It's your company, it's your business. When you become an ambassador, we want you to take on the mentality of ownership and not necessarily just, I'm a customer. Because see, who earns the most money within the matchmaking philosophy, the customer or the owner? This is why I say you can't go back and forth. See, some of you probably have said that you're an owner, but you act like a customer. And you can't have conflicting mentalities and choose a result that is opposite of what your mentality is. You can't say I'm an owner, act like a customer, but want ownership benefits. Doesn't work that way. And what I'm about to share with you right now, ladies and gentlemen, has nothing to do with iBuumerang, even though it is. It's about life. It's about you. It's about who we are as owners, what we do as taking on responsibility. Okay. When you take a look at it, what's the ratio that we're going to have? We're going to have a ratio, what I call the 80-20 rule. 20% of the people take on responsibility to handle 80% of the problems. 80% of the people cause all the issues, but only 20% of the people handle them. The owners handle the issues. Customers experience the issues. Owners solve, customers experience. Owners solve, customers experience. What do I mean? Let's talk about this for a moment. When I look at customers, what are the other attributes of a customer? Customers to me are like, they're like a thermometer. Customers will reveal the temperature. That's what a thermometer does. It reveals the temperature. Okay. What happens when you take, somebody goes through the drive-through, like I said, you don't get your cheese on your double, triple Big Mac, whatever it is that you get when you go through the drive-through, and you're hot. And when you come back around, you're hot. Or a customer gets to a place and they don't have your rental car and you're hot. Your face is red. You are revealing the temperature. Why? You're a customer. You have no responsibility. You want an experience, your experience is bad, and so you get to act out, but you can make no money from it. Okay? You make no money when you act out, or as a customer. An owner, however, is a thermostat. The thermostat sets the temperature. Okay? So let me ask you a question. When things happen, are you setting the temperature or do you reveal the temperature? Are you reactive or are you proactive? Is life all about what has happened to you or what you're going to make happen? Because all of this has to do with what you're going to earn and your business and who's going to follow you and am I an effective leader? And will this leader follow me? Or I can only recruit customers who pretend to be owners. Or am I really recruiting owners? Have I built an organization of owners or have I built an organization of customers who choose the ownership box? And then you're confused because you think you've got owners, but everybody participates like customers. Okay? This right here, this is a leadership component. And I want to share with you what I do here. Okay? I was talking with one of our blue diamonds and I was giving him some advice and he came, he's an owner. And we were having lunch in Houston at one of my favorite places. And he says, yeah, I was talking with many of the diamonds and they all say things are great, but customer service, we all still have the same problem with customer service. Customer service, the same problem, same problem, same problem. I said, you know what? You're right. You're right. And that's when I asked him, I said, well, let me ask you a question. Are you an owner or are you a customer? And he said, and I want you to hear me, and I want you to hear me clearly when I talk about this. This is not to buy any excuse whatsoever for iBuumerang. I'm just sharing with you guys how I became successful, this is about ownership. It's not about me making an excuse here, but here's what I did. I said, are you an owner or are you a customer? And he said, I'm an owner. So why are you focusing on customer service? He says, what do you mean? I say, so what we've done is we've given you we've falling into the same trap using common technology or common nomenclature or names to make you fall into the same trap of customer service. So why are you spending so much time calling customer service? All of your owners, your diamonds calling customer service. Oh, because this doesn't work and that doesn't work. And they were having issues with that. I said, okay, great. You're right. I said, you know what? I know what our issues are. Our issues have been not our customer service team aren't good. Our customer service, they were overwhelmed because many of them we didn't have our systems designed, whereas our back office gave them access to solve many of the issues, technical glitches that were happening. But here's what I did find out. I found this out. I did a poll with Frederick, who's all over customer service. And here's what I found out. I found out that over 80% of the issues that come into customer service can be solved by the ambassador themselves. Yeah, over 80%. 80% of the things that come in, and there's thousands that come in per day, if the ambassador took ownership and said, let me see how to do this myself, it's a simple fix. Some of it, I was talking to one, they spent so much time on a Zoom and all they had to do was just turn their phone sideways so they can see the full screen and see where the information was. But they call doing customer service and customer service is taking up all of that time. And all you got to do is just turn your screen, or can you turn your volume button or turn your settings or turn it whereas you can accept pop-ups on your phone. Emails coming in. Where's the itinerary for Accelerate? iBoom Hub, where everything is. But we'll have 1,000 of those inquiries, and customer service will work on those things when they can simply go to iBoom Hub, click on the button, Accelerate itinerary, here's where to go, blah, 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 all of this stuff. Okay? Now, I'm not getting on you about that, but I'm just giving you a mentality because this is for those of you who are going to get off the phone as an owner. Some of you are going to go back, and you're going to go back, even though you chose owner, you're going to want to push the customer button after I tell you what responsibility comes with an owner. So I told him about this and I said, let me ask you a question. You're spending time telling me about customer service and they need to get customer service together. I said, you know what, you're making almost $2 million with me a year. in our previous company, I said, how long did it take for the company to have a customer service phone number or email system? It took about 16 months. We had 0 customer. There was none, no place to call. By the time we had customer service, I'd already made about by the time we had customer service, I made about $5 million before there was a customer service number. Afterwards, 11 years, I look back, one or maybe no calls into customer. I just said maybe one call into customer service. Why? Because I was an owner and I got addicted to solving my issues. So as an owner, here's what I do. And I asked him, I said, we were sitting at a hotel, and I said, the owner of this hotel, it's the only 5-diamond hotel in Houston. It's beautiful, it's incredible, got a Rolls Royce dealership inside the lobby of the hotel. I say, when things don't go right at this hotel, who does Tillman Fertitta call? Give me the customer service number for when the hotel doesn't go right and sales and rooms are not filling up or what. Who does he call? Oh, a person who invested $400 million into a hotel. He's calling someone who's, great people, but at that moment, that job position is going to pay $15 to $20 per hour, and he's going to call customer service to solve a $400 million problem, right? No. He's going to find a way to solve it. Okay. Well, I said, take me. I'm the CEO of a network marketing company. Who do I get to call? Is there a customer service for all network marketing CEOs that when sales aren't going right or something's not happening, we call and reach out to somebody else who solves our problems for us? No, we got to figure it out. We got to solve it. I say, so let me ask you a question. Why do you keep calling customer service? That's for customers. And I talked to Frederick, our director of customer service, and I said, you know what? We're changing the name of it. We're going to have customer service, and then we're going to have our customer amazement, and then we're going to have something maybe entrepreneurial solutions. I don't even like the name customer service because it makes you think you're a customer, and it makes you think somebody else should solve all your problems. Now, granted, about 15 to 20% of the items you need someone else's attention on. So here's how you solve the problem. Here's how you solve it. I said, you know what? If you want to double your income, triple your sales, and get to the type of income that you and I've been talking about, here's what I did. Here's how I got to $1 million a month of residual income. You know what I did? And here's what you should do. I got all of my leaders together. And what I did is I said, hey, tell me what kind of issues you're having with regard to customer service. And you tell me, and if it's 5 or 10 or 20 leaders, your front line, you get them together. And then what I'll do is I'll take all of that information and then I'll say, hey, can I sit down with T. Gray for a second? T. Gray, can I get 30 minutes of your time or 5 minutes or 10 minutes? T. Gray, here are the top issues that my team are having. Can you show me, are these issues that can be solved by them? Or is it somebody in the company who needs to solve these? Anything that can be solved by them, can you show me how to solve it so that I could now go back to my team and take the top 5 issues that will happen in iBuumerang as an owner? And I'm going to train the top 5 things that you should expect that will happen. This will take place, but here's also the solution of how you fix it. And don't ever call the company or email the company for these issues. And now you go back and you teach that down to your group. So now I have a group that's focused on ownership, solving problems, solving issues, but now they can focus on recruiting, they can focus on boomerangs, they can focus on all of that. And then we'll only send emails when things like, I can't reset my password because the technology is not going through. Simple stuff like that. And so now we are able to relieve customer service from all of the emails that they're getting on things that we could solve. But sometimes we think, oh, I paid $1,000. They're supposed to solve all of my problems. That's not what customer service is about. It's just not. And maybe this rubs you the wrong way. I won't apologize for it because that's life. As I told you, I've got a very expensive dentist. It's not his job to take care of my grill. I've got a very expensive, tax attorney. It's not her job to take care of my finances. It's my job. I'm an owner. And everything that I do, I own it. It's a philosophy that I have. And I want you, those of you who plan on being big, to develop an ownership mentality. This is how you solve issues. It's not by passing them on and saying, because I paid you, you didn't pay $1,000 for us to fix your problems. You paid $1,000 for access to the world's greatest travel environment where you can access incredible discounts. That's what you paid your money for. Okay? I'm not saying you shouldn't use them, customer service. We're getting better. We're putting processes in place, and we were not great. I'm not telling you we're great at what you even should call for. But we're about to explode, and I don't want you to, in this explosion, to have the mentality that iBoomerang's job is to solve all of your problems. That's not real life. That somewhere around the 5th grade is when we should have graduated from that thought process. And so hopefully you can take the tough love, but guys, I don't care what company you're in. I don't care if you quit iBoomerang and join XYZ company. It's not their job to solve your problems. It's your job. It's your income. You don't share the income back with iBoomerang. You keep it all. That doesn't mean we're not providing, and we are, guys. Frederick has come in, and we have the team who have a better understanding, processes in place. We're getting better technology. We're adding more people. We're doing all of that. But we're not adding more people just so we can solve your problems. We're adding people so we can fix issues to make it easier for you to go out there and build a business. That's my message to the owners. And hopefully you remain an owner, and hopefully you keep pumping the pump, okay? Hopefully you do that. And with that ownership, ladies and gentlemen, I want to go into the promotion of our party, because that's the last thing I think we have. And before you put the slide up, don't put the slide. Mark, you are officially on timeout.
Oh man.
Mark, it wasn't me that
Show the
time.
slides now.
But I'm your tunicorn brother. I'll go in timeout with you.
Listen, both of you are on timeout, but at least it went up and then went down really quick. I just saw it. So here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now, Accelerate. First of all, if you don't have your ticket to the party, ticket to Accelerate, get your ticket to the Accelerate. Prices are about to go up again. You ever see on social media when they say swipe up? You're gonna see me doing this, which means ticket prices are going up, okay? Up. Ticket prices are about to go up again. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, we pride ourselves on having so much fun. I can tell you right now, they've outdone themselves. Lady Buggs and her team, she is our chief fun operator, okay? The CFO, the chief fun operator. And her and her team they did it again. I thought that the cruise ship was I was like, how are we gonna top this? And they're like, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. And their team have been working crazy. They took me over to the venue for me to look at this venue. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me, okay? So it's about to go on sale in a moment. I hope that's not on sale in the back office yet. Let me talk about it first. So let me explain to you what it's all about. So this event that we're gonna have an off the hook event. And then afterwards, we always celebrate with a closing ceremony, closing party that we're gonna have. It's just so happened we're so big that it's limited, okay? It's limited. Now, the max number of people that we can put in this venue, which is the biggest venue in Houston, is 1,000 people, okay? 1,000 people. That's it. Don't ask for any more. Please don't call me, just like the cruise. You saw what we had to do. We actually had to buy people off of the cruise, okay? Same thing's gonna happen here because this is gonna shut out and shut down. Remember I told you it's tiers to it. So 1,000 people can go, all right? That's it, period. So here's what we're gonna do here. Don't put it up on the screen yet. I'll let it come up on the screen. We're gonna have, the whole theme of it is, I think we call it a wow theme, something like that, right? That's the whole theme of it, which is gonna be incredible if you can just imagine, okay? And so the theme, the dress is everybody, you know, is suggested to come, and I'll give you a hint, in some animal print or something like that, because it's a jungle out there. But this is the most amazing venue in all of Houston. It is absolutely incredible, right next to where we're gonna be staying. So it's gonna be a real quick, short vibe ride from the hotel to this venue, quick vibe ride, probably no more than a 5-minute vibe ride to there. And but it's going to be absolutely incredible. So here's what we'll have. We're going to have general session that we're going to put on sale. We'll bring that up in a minute. General session tickets that we'll put on sale. Then we're going to have a section for VIP. VIP has a higher level of stuff, if you know what I mean. And then you'll see also your diamonds that will be in hang out sometimes in the VIP section. I'll be spending some time in the VIP section as well. And then, I'm telling you this before we put it on sale because I don't want you to go buy the wrong ticket. Then, from VIP, we've stepped it up. We have what's called the CEO Lounge. Second floor, it's overlooking the stage, the main dance floor, a private area back there, plus another area over the balcony. Guys, it's like off the hook, right? So for those of you who want to know, I felt like I was Ghost at Truth when I looked at this venue standing up, looking over the place. I'm like, yes, this is going to be a CEO lounge, and it's going to be decked out, higher level of food, higher level of stuff that you put your ice in, if you know what I'm talking about. But that environment's going to be infectious. That's limited. And there's only, I think, 250 VIP tickets that are available, and there's only 200 CEO Lounge tickets that are available, period. Okay? Only 200, not 201, only 200 CEO Lounge tickets. That's where you'll see myself, Lady Buggs are going to be there, Edwin Haynes, Lady Haynes. You'll see all of our obviously our top diamonds are going to be hanging out there. You'll see David Manning that'll be there. All of our top executives are going to be in the CEO Lounge hanging out, private area. Part of it's closed off, part of it's open out when they want to come out and stuff like that. Our own food up there. It's insane. Okay, this is like, I'm so proud of what's happening already. And then, ladies and gentlemen, they showed me something. I said, I want to do something that's never been done. And this one is limited. What I'm about to tell you now. It's only 50 people, period, that will experience this. 50. I won't tell you the location, but the location that this is going to be experienced has never been done before in Houston. And they're doing it special for me. It's just, I'm already in love with it. 50 people, period. Okay. And so I got Edwin Haynes, who said to me, listen, I can't, please, can I get my ticket? T. Gray and Mark, those guys, they're hustling, trying to, I had to even make them, if they want to get in, they got to buy their own tickets and compete with everybody else. This is true stuff. Okay. So I said, no, because guys, everybody has to have equal opportunity. I want those, not only who's already been diamonds, who spent a lot of time with me, but I want to spend some time with some of our brand new directors and some of our brand new sapphires and senior directors and some people who just got in and want to have that experience of what it's like to do something they've never done before. And so I'm having a very special, what I call Keys to the Vault dinner. Keys to the Vault dinner that is going to be a leadership dinner. 50 people only. And this is where I'm going to drop some major jewels of what it takes to go from where you are, okay, to opening up the vault in your life. Whatever that vault is for you, I don't know what it is, but whatever it is for you, we're going to open that vault. Okay. There's only 50 of those tickets. That ticket gets you into everything. Okay. That ticket is $500. It's only 50 of them. That gets you into, obviously, the keys to the vault dinner. That ticket gets you into the CEO luncheon after it's over, because we're going to have dinner before the party. That gets you into the CEO luncheon, CEO lounge as well. That ticket gets you into VIP. If you want to hang out in VIP, it's an all access pass, but the value of it is just in the dinner part itself. Okay. And they were all encouraging me this, for what's being put into it, make this $1,000 per ticket. And I just wouldn't do it. We just said, hey, listen, you know, right now, let's keep it where it is. And so we're really excited about it, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to rock the house. We're going to bring you some things, not only at the event, at the party, but we're going to bring you a whole new iBuumerang. I can't wait to see you guys in Houston and welcome you in my city, okay, in H-Town for Accelerate. And it's going to be off the charts. That's all I can tell you. Only 1,000 tickets available. Edwin Haynes begged me, HB, can I buy 100? So there's only 900 tickets left. We granted him 100 tickets. That he was able to buy himself as a global master ambassador, so he wouldn't be around here scrambling and stuff like that. And so there's actually 900 tickets left. And so right now you can go right to the back office. Tigre, if you can let them, there we go. You can go there and get those tickets. $500 for the keys to the vault, $250 for CEO lounge. Now, here's the thing I want you to understand, okay? These prices of general admission or general admission tickets, they go up from $100. After this weekend, general admission tickets go up to $150, and VIP tickets go up to $175. Just letting you know that, okay? So we probably won't have any tickets left after that at all, but we just want to let you know that I can't wait to see you guys. It's been an absolute pleasure of mine to serve you guys on this Saturday morning. I can't believe that many people stayed on. Thousands of you who are still watching around the world. I love each and every one of you. Go out there, get your boomerangs, double your QV. Many of you are chasing for the next pin. You can utilize these boomerangs, chasing those pins there as well. So we can't wait to see you guys in Houston and all around the world, on the beaches of the world, literally. Thank you so much. I love you guys. And I'm going to pass you back to T. Gray and Mark Kithcart if they have any closing comments.
No closing.
Oh, wow. HB, you just absolutely rocked it. You dropped bombs. You dropped fire. Way to go, man. And we're super jealous that we're not going to that mentorship program with you.
Yes, sir. That's it. That's all I've got. And again, you know, I got to hear some of this last Wednesday when you were talking about the training that you were going to be doing, and it has been amazing. So I couldn't wait for the training. Couldn't wait to see you and hear you deliver this training, and it was better than I expected.
Man, awesome. Hey, Mark, I just passed hosting to you. People are asking in the chat, where do you go to buy the tickets? In your back office, if you click on events, and then you click on Accelerate, you'll be able to get to where you can buy these tickets. If you had downloaded the BoomTix app, remember the BoomTix app from Dream Weekend? If you download it, you can also buy the tickets in there as well. I encourage you guys, make sure that you find it, make sure that you rock and roll and grab it, because these tickets will go fast. And this will be truly the most amazing event that we've done. And we're not hyping it up when we say we don't know how we can top this event, top this party at our next event. We're of course going to keep trying, but this one's going to be absolutely insane. All right. Anything else, Mark?
One last thing. The last time, you know, for the cruise, for that yacht, that $40 million yacht we were on, you oversold it. That's not going to happen this time, guys. But
Nope.
here's what will happen. It will sell out. So just make sure you get in there, get your tickets as soon as possible. And like T. Gray said, I don't know how Erlene and her crew are going to level up from this one and how we're going to do better and how they're going to make it any better than what I just heard that they were going to do. It's going to be incredible. So, and I can't wait to see you guys too and Accelerate. It's going to be awesome.
Accelerate is going to be insane. As a matter of fact, hey, let's play that Accelerate video for everybody as a parting shot, and then after that, we'll bug on out of here.
Always first, never coming last. I accelerate. Take flight, yeah, first class. I accelerate.
All right, everybody, there you go. And here is the Boomtix app. You can see all those closing celebration options are right there for you to buy. Also in your back office. Go ahead and do that. Have a great Saturday, everybody. We'll see you on next week's Flight School. Let's go big in the goal zone. And what do we say at the end? Boom.
Boom.